Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
Hello and welcome to Drama Friday. Drama Friday. I want it to be a chilled Drama Friday. Because I've got a bit of a headache and my sinuses are playing. Anyway, no one wants to hear about that. How are you all? I hope you're all well. I hope you've all had a good week. Who've we got in? We've got Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Lovely to see you. And we've also got Capone and Stanley and Barley. I love it. Well, we try and have good energy. It's important to have good energy, isn't it? Even if we're talking about drama, you know, drama is something that we can dip into and we can dip out of it. So, and music is one of the best ways of not getting too embroiled in it. Who else have we got in here? We've also got Edna. We've got Edna. Hello, darling. If you want to come up, give us a yell, and I will put the link in the comment section. What's this? What's this? What's this? Stanley says, address YOMAMA going live at the same time as you out of spite. Of course he did. Of course he did. Oh, do you know what? All the people that go into him don't come here anyway. So it doesn't mean anything. You know, as long as we've got our little group, that's all that really matters. We can chat, we can say what we want to say. It always amuses me when somebody tries to snipe my live streams. Always makes me laugh, that does. Okay, so there we go, Edna. If you want to come up, sweetness, don't feel as if you've being forced to do so. How old are these people online? Most of these people are like middle-aged and they act like they're, I was going to say 14-year-olds, but my granddaughter is 14 and she doesn't act like that at all. Not at all. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's kind, she's thoughtful, she's beautiful, she's everything. She's everything to me. And I cannot understand. That's why I can't say that they act her age, because it would be an insult to her. Hi, Edna. How are you, darling?
Hi. I thought you were talking. I was like, that can't be me. Are you talking about T and Sass?
No, I was talking about my granddaughter.
Oh, your granddaughter. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hi. Hi,
Drama
Eggy. Oh, we've got
Friday.
Eggy Toast in here. Oh, I see. That's quite interesting. How are you? I hope you're going to behave yourself in here because we're a nice little unit. And
Eggy's
you know,
great, Jan.
pardon?
She's also, I said Eggy's great.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Just keep an eye. I'm just going to keep an eye.
Okay.
Right. So you forgot the name. Eggy Toast. There was someone in my chat before saying they are you. I forgot the name. There's lots of people with different coming out. Do you know? I've got a whole cheerleader group, Edna. What do you
You
think
know
of
what?
that?
You're not just international, but I saw that there's a male Jan's views as well.
Oh, is
So you
there?
got everybody covered.
Oh my God. And the funny thing is, it's like, it's like they say in the business, there's no bad publicity. Bad publicity is still publicity. So all these people going in all these chats, saying that they're me just means I don't have to go in there. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
And
people
it's
with
still
Jan,
getting my name out.
I really think that it is all love. It's just they're upset that you did something that they got upset with, but they still love you, girl.
Yeah. Right.
Hey,
Okay.
Fish, how are you? Jan, excuse me. Fish, I'm having salad and noodles for dinner.
Oh, I had noodles the other day because
Nice.
it was so cold, and I thought, what do I fancy? And I'd eaten earlier on in the day, and I thought, I don't want anything too heavy, so I made myself some noodles and put a few extra bits and bobbins in it. Oh, no, it was beautiful. Eggy, so you don't like me, but you do like Bridget and Edna. Okay, shall we have a conversation? Shall we have a conversation? Why don't you like me? Tell me. I'm interested. Especially as everybody seems to think you're nice. Right, okay. Eggy Toast, you're a nice person that loves cats. You have a heart. You are middle-aged. You're not young, not old. I know this from the cards because I asked the cards who you are, and they said this.
Oh,
Barley, I didn't know you did cards. Don't
that's
do them on me.
awesome.
Oh my God, they'll be covered with, they'll be like trauma all
Listen,
over the place.
Jan. No, shush. No, but I saw this man on TikTok. He was dressed up like Miss Cleo as like a fortune teller, and he was telling people's fortune with Uno cards. It was so funny.
That's a good idea, actually. What a fabulous
I know.
idea. I tell you what, there are some people that are just so clever, aren't they?
They
On
really are.
Instagram and also TikTok. I don't go on TikTok an awful lot, but
It's addicting. It's a
no,
constant dopamine hit, right? You have to, and the thing is, I think you can use social media. This is maybe like a divert into a Wellness Wednesday topic, but we can use social media in like a healthier way. We just maybe like we have to train the algorithm to show us those healthier items. Because if you go into dark and whatever things, that's what you're gonna see more of.
exactly. Well, on both TikTok and on Instagram. I follow artists, I follow interior designers, and I follow cats. So that's all my my thing is. And fashion. I love although I'm not really into fashion, actually, I wouldn't call it fashion. I'd say it was more style. I love
Oh, okay.
people that are stylish, and that doesn't
Mhm.
mean that they have to be fashionable. It just means that they've got their own style, and I love that. And yesterday I discovered somebody on there. I've forgotten what he's called, but he's a photographer and he's Irish. I noticed the Irish lilt. And he takes, oh,
What's
I
the
think,
Irish look? Like red hair?
no, the Irish lilt is the way they speak. A lilt is like
Mhm.
part of an accent. Yeah, and the Irish have a
Oh,
very
okay.
nice lilt. They sort of talk like that, and just it's quite pleasant. And unless you go to Belfast, and then it's much more like that. It's much harder. So, but if you go down to Northern Ireland,
Jen,
then
you're
it's
wonderful.
nice and lilted like that. That's the Irish I
Okay.
like. I was married to an Irishman, and
What type of Irish was he?
he was Southern Irish. Um, and so he did have he sort of spoke like that, and um, he sort of had quite a soft lilt, which was nice.
Okay.
But there's parts in Southern Ireland where the accent is very, very strong, and his father, in particular, spoke with a very strong Irish accent, and I
Mm.
couldn't understand it. It wasn't
I kn-
harsh like the Belfast accent, but it was just very, very, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. And no, that's the wrong accent completely. That went into America. But yeah,
Mm.
so the worst thing was when he used to phone, and I just couldn't understand. After hello, Jan, how are you? That was all I could understand.
It's like it's like your brain is like, are they speaking English or what's going on here?
Well, you find that a lot of people use colloquialisms. I don't know whether
Right.
they do in America. They probably do.
Oh, of course we do.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's learning those as well. And the accent, it's like when it's really, really strong, it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
understand.
You know,
Hey, Random Fish. And we've got Madam St. Clair. I like that name. The sensible Brits are collecting themselves here. Yes. Yes.
mm.
Well, we just try and, have um, a relaxed sort of time over here, really, even though it's Drama Friday and we've got drama to talk about. We still like it to be, kind of relaxed, really. We're not friendly
Civilized.
over here, unless I have a funny turn. Um, which I would never do. Right, okay, we're talking about accents. That's how Xena talks too. I love the northern accent, very sing-songy. Yeah, Xena has got definitely got a northern accent. I don't know, is it Mancunian? It might be Mancunian, which
Hmm.
means from Manchester. Um, right, okay.
Oh, Jan, how's the princess doing? Or the Duchess?
The Duchess. What Duchess?
Didn't she have abdominal surgery?
Oh, I don't pay attention to her.
Oh no. Okay, then never mind.
I couldn't give a rat's ass because she's a racist. I only like Meghan. I just
Okay.
like Meghan and Harry. And it's funny because when Harry was growing up, I didn't really like him too much. I thought he was a bit of a
He
twat.
did a whole 180, didn't he? He's the
Well,
favorite.
yeah. Was he though? He wasn't. I think he was when Diana was alive. But I think
No, I'm saying now he's like, I feel like in America or I don't know, he's my favorite. I can't speak of all of America. Excuse me. He's definitely like at first I guess just William being the eldest or what have you, people favored him more because there was also like Harry. He had a Halloween costume. He dressed up as a Nazi or something.
Yes,
Like he was
did.
wilding.
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. But what people don't know, because the British press hate him. The British press hate Harry and Meghan. So you have to be careful what you read or what you see. But what actually happened, I'm led to believe, is that he was only, I think he was about 18 or something at the time, and he was actually getting ready with his brother. And his brother was wearing something quite questionable as well at the time. But when he said to his brother, well, look, shall I wear this or shall I wear that? William said, oh, well, yeah, go for that one. Go for the Hitler outfit. Not a good idea. Stupid idea. But when you consider how young he was, I think it can give a pass to it, but I think you can understand perhaps that why he did something so stupid. He was very
Give
young.
him a little grace.
Yeah. Right. Okay, let's get on to here. You for sure had fun when you had your wilder days. You seem very open, comfortable, interesting, a wild side with a touch of elegance. I think you were this way. I was. Growing up, well, I'm talking about like because I had my children very early, they saw me in so many different ways, and but I was still able to do things, and I was always myself. Listen, I joined a tennis club. Now, over here, a tennis club does not have very many people with tans, put it that way, and also very sort of extrovert people on there. So I used to go to tennis lessons every couple of days, a couple of times a week. So I got to know them all, and I got quite good, and I loved it. Thoroughly loved the game. But my friend, actually, there was two of us. There was my Jamaican friend, and the laughs we used to have on there, honestly, it was like a social club. But if you join a club, you're meant to wear whites, which means you're meant to wear all white. I turned up in a multitude of colours. I may have
Did you really?
Yeah, I can't be asked with all that. Oh, and the funny thing is, when my son got older, he also joined the club, and he was exactly the same as me.
Oh, that's so funny. Were you proud?
If you're out there, then you're out there. Do you know what I mean? You can't can't hide it. Right, let's get this. Stanley says, Barley Freezy messaged me that he won't come into chat because he's scared you'll block him to get back at him for blocking you and Jessica's. Oh no. Tell him he can come in. Tell him he can come in. Barley, don't block Freezy, because I like Freezy as well. So let's keep it cordial as much as we can. What I do if I'm modding Barley and there's somebody that I really don't like, I basically just ignore them, because when I'm in somebody else's chat, I respect them, and I'm not going to have a big ruckus with somebody in their comment section and use my powers, if you like, of being a mod. No. So I'd ask you to please do the same thing if you don't mind. Unlike YOMAMA's chat, his mods are, yeah, they're not allowed to sort of, they're not frightened to argue and fight with people, mainly me for some reason. What have I done? Anyway, that's beside the by. That's by the by. What? Right, I must say I dislike the whole royal family. I went to UK in HS and told
High
some
school.
I went to high school and told some Brits that because I thought the average Brit thought the institution was archaic too, but people got mad at me. Yeah, well, it's our royal family. I can understand that because we do have a lot of anti-royals over here, more and more, because there's a big divide as well over Meghan and Harry, and I'm on Meghan and Harry's side. I'm not afraid to say. The royals are an institution. They're a racist institution because of systemized racism or
Yeah.
systematic racism. It stands to reason, they're all white. But I loved it. I did a video when Harry married Meghan. I did a video of joy. I was singing and dancing. I loved it. So excited.
Oh my goodness, yes. And the thing is, it wasn't. I just like for I don't know. For me and my friend, it was just the whole pomp and circumstance of it all, and it was just kind of fun. It's an event. It's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Barley, that's fine, darling. I just thought, in case you weren't sure, Barley, why are you asking me about myself? You had me blocked in your chat for months. So why the sudden interest? Can we behave ourselves, please, Eggy Toes? I know where you've come from. I've heard the things that you've said about me in Monty's chat. So if I were you, I'd sort of zip it, okay? Otherwise, I will ask Barley to kick you, all right? So just have a bit of respect, not only for me, but also for my mods. Thank you. I didn't see that. Stanley.
Jen, don't get distracted by the trolls.
I'm not getting distracted. All right, what we're going to do then, we're going to head straight over to you know what. But first of all, we have to get rid of us. How do we get rid of us? Right, we'll go there. All right, we're there. So let's get on because we've got a lot to cover, guys. So the first bit of news we're going to cover is this delightful person. Where is he? This one. It's time.
YOMAMA.
It's time. He went back to school. Lordy, Lordy, man. It ain't even close, man. It ain't even close. It ain't even close. Do you know, the funniest thing was I heard that he said in his live stream, it doesn't really matter if you can't spell. It doesn't matter if you're, in girl world. What does it matter if you can't spell? It matters a hell of a lot if you can't spell.
Yeah, I'm like, I disagree because that angle it had me confuzzled for a second. I was like, what? I was like, maybe it's an inside joke. I stepped away when that came up on on panel or on the stream. I thought I missed something.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. And the funniest thing to me is when he tries to what's the word, dismiss it, and say, oh, it doesn't really matter. Well, I'm afraid in today's world and in every era, it's bloody important to be able to read and write. So
Yeah.
I'm not knocking people that have problems with it, because, well, I can't, because I used to work with students with learning difficulties. But what I do find quite amusing with this person is that he comes up with an excuse any single time. He can, but if people say something, he's got an answer for it. And quite often the answer is just pathetic and ridiculous.
Well, the angle, I have to admit, that was pretty funny. I thought that was funny. Ain't, when I was a child, I couldn't say ain't. That was like a no word. So that when he said ain't even close, I'm like, it isn't.
I remember the first time that I saw him saying it and thinking, or not saying it, but I saw that how he'd written it, and I thought, oh, he's done a typo. I actually believed he'd done a typo. So,
Okay.
and then he kept doing it and kept doing it, and I thought, someone needs to say to him, that's not how you spell ain't. There's an I in there and an apostrophe. For goodness sake.
Oh, he knows it. It was the typo.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. And because if you look, he's quite often done it. He's quite
Oh,
often
really?
spelled it that way. And as I say, I'm not laughing at people that struggle with literacy. That's the last thing I want to do.
If it's a habit, then let's not. We can't laugh too much.
It just seems, I don't know. I mean, I have to be careful here because, I did used to work in schools, and I know that some children, they really do struggle. And the issue is, I'm not laughing at his illiteracy. I'm laughing at the fact that he tries to say that it doesn't matter. Or he doesn't try
Well,
to
I mean,
say,
we got the point. And we
did
even got an
say
extra laugh out
it
of
doesn't matter. And instead of thinking to himself, oh, maybe I should, go back to school. And I mean, you wouldn't even have to go back to school. It's all online nowadays.
But I mean, you would need like the specific tools and tips that they would use with people with like the learning disability or learning. What's the word? Is it disabilities? Or you just have problems learning.
Yeah,
So,
learning difficulties.
Yeah. So I mean, he would need that help. Or I mean, I'm sure it's on YouTube. Everything's on here where you can look and kind of see like what would help.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it really isn't that big of a deal. It was the extra laugh.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny to just poke a little bit of fun at him, but also
the king real world we got to.
Yeah, exactly, because he likes to poke fun left, right, and centre. So why the hell not? So yeah, I just feel that he should really do something about it. Now, I think some people weren't sort of weren't aware of it until he opened a Teespring store solely to disparage FFG. And there was so many things wrong about that. And even that, he tried to laugh. He tried to brush it off. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Oh no, he said it was a troll. Oh, right. Okay. So you set up a whole Teespring store as a troll. No, that's about as believable as the Hussey and Gigi troll. We all know that wasn't a troll.
Wait, I don't know the Hussey and Gigi troll.
Oh, that was when they had an argument and then afterwards pretended they were trolling. But we knew they weren't trolling because
they were really
doing his usual hateful shouting and screaming and just ugh. So we knew it wasn't a troll. So yeah. So for YOMAMA to say, oh, it was a troll, and to open the store, but I believe the store's now gone, and it should do, because he would have got in a lot of trouble for doing that. You can't do that. So yeah, he's living and learning, just a bit slowly, that's all. He's a bit slow. So anyway, the other thing that I thought might be a quite good idea, because you know, he's always talking about how obsessed everybody is with, you know, FFG's obsessed with what's her face? FOODIE.
Okay.
And
What
it
else is
seems people say that if you you know, go back and forth with somebody, or if you do more than 2 videos on somebody, then you're obsessed. You know, oh, they've got to do, you know, you're obsessed because you know, you do this and all you do is watch him and all you do is no, it's not obsession. I think that's something that YOMAMA also needs to Google. There we go. So I want to bring up this now,
I
which
think
I
it would
thought
be a
was
fixation. I wouldn't call it an obsession, but a fixation.
a fixation. Do you think
Yeah,
so?
because people are like, they do, you know, focusing on someone and they don't deviate much, you know. I
Mhm.
mean, it is what it is. Because honestly, when people do go to different things, you know, I don't always. It's the girl world that draws me in. Is that craziness? So if you're talking about this other drama that's random or whatever, I'm, you know, maybe not as interested.
Yeah, I know. And I think also when you've started being successful, just reacting to one specific person, it's
Right.
very, very difficult to move away from there. And I think Mama's going to find that when he decides that he wants to move away from, you know, FFG. Who's he going to react to? I mean, he says, "Oh yeah, well, I talk about this person, I talk about that person." Um,
Well,
Mama
he
reminds me.
talks about Mama Goob and talks about Kaya and different people. You know, I think your
Yeah,
mama does do a good job of, you know, giving us a mix of people. Now, you know, he does go long on FFG. He went long on Yaba. You know, it gets to the point where you're like, okay, come on, we got it. You know, but I think he does break it up more. You know, more often than not.
yeah. Okey doke. Well, what I wanted to do is show this. Let's see if I've got this in the right place. Where are we? Yes, we do. So I thought we could watch a bit of this about just how I feel Mama is absolutely obsessed with FFG. That's what I believe. So I'd like to let's put that back in there. So this one here is him reacting, and I thought it was really funny because there is no the things he was saying were really I don't know, just pointless really. So I thought we could watch this together before our break. So let me know if you can hear it and let's go. This is FFG. It looks like she's on a Ferris wheel, and she's filming outside the window of the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
And apparently she's with what's her name? Just saying. So anyway, I just want you to just hear what he has to say, and if it's actually of any substance. Okay, let's go.
What's so cool about that? How about if somebody did this to you? You jumped on, let me show you. You didn't even go with the lumberjack. You went with Just Saying. You and Just Saying go into this place. Look at this. Look at the beautifulness. So beautiful. Let me see you walk on with Just Saying. I want to see you walk on with your lover.
Can you hear that okay?
Can you imagine it?
Yeah. Oh, yes. We can hear it. Sound is good.
This is what you have zero friends. Look at this. and Just Saying together.
See,
Oh, that's
so
so cool.
he can't get it out of his head that the two of them are together. What's the matter, Capone? Sorry, darling. What's the matter?
Mhm.
Is there something going on? I've not been watching it. I've not been watching the chat. Edna, can you
Maybe
keep
they
an
just had this. Yeah, maybe they just stepped away for a moment.
Okay.
Sometimes people do that. It's like, when you're chatting and you have to go use the bathroom or,
No,
answer
but
the
she
phone or
wrote
something.
this. She wrote this. That's why I think.
Be right
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, maybe she's at work and she's got to do
Yeah,
some
they're
work.
always. I think Capone is a male. Yeah, I had to put my phone down. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal.
Oh, okay. No, I think Capone's a female, isn't she? Capone, are you male or female? I probably got it wrong. Did you think Capone was male? Oh, it
Male,
says
yes.
sir.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
girl.
So
She's
both.
a girl. I thought so.
Okay, I thought somebody said Capone was a guy in the another.
Yeah, you know who
stream.
said Capone's a guy?
Who?
Yeah,
Is it-
Mama.
Oh,
It's
your mom. Okay.
so unusual for him to get things wrong, I know, but yeah, it got it wrong, guys. Anyway, let's carry on. So what I was going to say was it's difficult when you're vlogging because you don't know whether you want to talk over it or whether you just want to show it and then use it as a B-roll and put music over it. It's just something you have to decide what you're going to do, just before you're doing it, really. If I'm vlogging, I tend to talk as well as show things around. And then when I look back at the vlog, I think, oh, Jesus, what I put my blooming big head in it for? So it's true, though. So I can understand, people not wanting to speak. But Yo Mama doesn't. He doesn't at all. So let's go.
Wow. You can look through the window.
Rocking the Adidas.
On. You can see she rocking the same Adidas sweatsuit. Her.
Right, so this now becomes, excuse me, this now becomes just an attack on what she's wearing because she's wearing her
Right.
clothing. All he can go on about is what she's wearing. Okay.
And Just Saying together with the steel toes. This is when FFG saw Just Saying steel toes and said, order me a pair. Matter of fact, order me 2 pair. And she did. They're so romantic. It's so romantic here. Look at this. So beautiful.
So why is he saying, oh, they're so romantic? They're so romantic. They're not romantic.
Well, because I thought the point was he was saying like FFG was kind of ragging on the foodie for being I don't know, was just for saying like, oh, just the park or whatever was, just lighten her up, right? She's excited about it. And he's saying, well, this is just a regular day in Montreal or whatever. Like, what's so exciting about this? You're kind of calling her out for the hypocrisy.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can see what he's doing. But in my opinion, he fails because I think that's a lovely view. Don't you think that's a nice
the
view?
point, right? Oh, yeah, of course.
I think it's a lovely view. So, he's not even looking at the view. He's just looking at the reflection in the window and mocking what she's wearing. What does that have to do with anything? That's what I'm saying.
Well, because I think he's again pointing out how that's what she does to foodie. Whereas it's supposed to be about her character.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is FFG's vlogs.
Hey, Bridge.
You can look it.
Ants and angles. Can everyone put ants in the chat, please? Ants and angles in the chat. I want either an ant or I want an angle, please, in the chat. I love it. I love it. Bridge, are you working on that video? Okay, we've got ants and angles from Capone. Nice. Yeah, I want ants. Can you do it, Edna? Because I can't do it.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can't
put
do
me
it.
to
Oh
work.
yes,
Let's
I can.
see.
If I'm on my, hang on, let's see if I can do it on my phone.
There we
I'm so
go.
childish. Yeah, I really am this childish, guys. Sorry.
Oh, it's hilarious though. Let's see.
It is. I know. There we go. God, hang on. That's it. Yeah, we've got ants in the chat. So whenever we're talking about Yo Mama, we've got to have ants in the chat, okay, guys? Or you can use angles. Really doesn't matter. Yeah. So okay, let's carry on.
You can look through the window. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it, Yo Mama.
You can look through the window.
Oh, geez.
Just saying was sitting down.
See, look. He's so obsessed with what they're wearing. Yes. He is. He's Yo Auntie. He definitely is Yo Auntie. Jeez Louise. See, I don't see the significant. What was it you said? It's because of what FFG says about
FFG does to Foodie.
Does she?
Because people go on about her bio, they go, different things, and it's like, what are you really saying? He feels like, that's bullying, that's hating.
No, I don't believe that at all. And he admitted, and I'm going to stand by this because it's on my last live stream that he came flying into that time. He admitted that he watches every single FFG live stream, didn't he, Bridge?
I know.
Yeah, every single one. He said, "Look,
did I tell you?"
I've got it on today. It's on now. It's on right now. I'm watching it, and I thought,
Jen,
well, that's
tell
nothing
Fish,
to swimming. Timing, Edna.
I'm like, there is an element to everybody in this community, and it escapes nobody. If you think that somebody's an exception, that's probably just because you don't know. I'm telling you. And I mean, listen, I'm here right along with y'all, so I'm not saying I'm any better, but it cracks me up. Because Yo Mama, really?
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Can you imagine what he's like to live with then? It's like, shush, shush. My obsession's on the screen. It's like, really?
No.
He's married with 3 kids. What the hell is he doing? Watching.
Your mama is a lot of energy. I bet when he's in Girl World, his family is getting a welcome break.
That's a good point. Definitely.
And they're like, go ahead, Dad. Go ahead, husband. Have fun. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And then they're saying to themselves, oh, thank God he's gone. We can do what we want now. We could we can watch our programs now.
He has a lovely family. Sure. I'm just saying that
you
can have FFG in the ear while you're washing the dishes or whatever. It's just a lot because I don't know.
Why would you know? Why would you? I would never be that obsessed with somebody. I watch so many different things. I never just focus in on one person. Thank God, it's not healthy, is it? Anyway, I want to see this lovely view that FFG is showing us. Here we go.
Famous Adidas.
Right. And
You
all
guys
he's
just
doing is
saying, or is that?
zooming in on
No,
her
that's
reflection.
just saying. They both were wearing. You know, they were so cute that day. They were so cute. Oh, thank you for the $2. Yes, traveling is the best way to learn life. Yes, thank you, hippie. Thank you for the $2. Traveling is the best way to learn life.
Oh, I don't know what to say about that now.
I mean, you do learn a lot about traveling.
Live. Yeah. It was a bit.
I don't know if it's the best, but it's a great way. Yeah. I mean, I know,
It
like,
opened your
yeah.
mind. It opened your mind.
Well, it takes a lot of skills to orchestrate the logistics of a trip. You know, how are you going to do it? If you're going to take the bus or a train, or you're going to drive, plane, or you staying at a hotel, maybe you know people in the city, you can stay with them. What activities are you going to do? Is it going to be laid back where you just go around and just see the areas? Or maybe you want to go to like the sites, you know? You learn a lot about yourself doing stuff like that. And working with somebody else, oh, it'll teach you a lot right there.
Do you know what? I normally go with my family. I normally go with my youngest daughter and her husband and the 2 kids. And the best thing is, she's the one that has the itinerary, and we all have to stick to it. And that suits me, because she'll say, right, today, Mum, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. That suits me fine. And I just go along with it. I'm like, yeah, great, fine. Yeah, I like that. So I don't have to organize anything. Now, when I go on my own, I've been with myself and my boys before, separately. Oh, actually, once I went with both of them. We just sort of we just chill, and I don't plan anything. I'm not much of a planner. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to see. But I like to just wander around, whereas my daughter's like, right, I booked us to go into, like, we went to Berlin together, and she's like, right, I booked us into to the Olympic Stadium, right, which is the stadium that Hitler built, and they've not changed it. It's exactly the same as it was when he built it. And I think he built it for the Olympics. And then he was really annoyed because that was the year Jesse Owens did so well. And of course, Hitler was a racist POS, and refused to hand over the medal to him. I think he got someone else to hand over the medal, something like that. So, yeah, I mean, Berlin is steeped in history. So when I go with my daughter, she sort of plans everything. We went into the Berliner Dome, which is a great big cathedral in the middle of Berlin, which is beautiful. I love cathedrals. I love churches. And she just organizes it. So I'm like, yeah, all right then, love.
Nice. I'm kind of half and half. Like, there might, like, I want to do things, but I don't know what those necessarily are. It doesn't really matter. And then I don't want to be like so booked up that I'm not able to like have recovery time.
Yeah. But I can normally do that, because like sometimes, like if we've gone away, she not only plans things for the whole family, but she plans them for the kids. So she'll be like, oh, well, the kids are gonna go swimming this afternoon, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going off to get a coffee.
Nice.
I'm gonna go and get a coffee, or I'm gonna go for a wander or something, Excuse me. So okay, let's just watch a little bit more of this.
The fact, this is so romantic, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is just one of the more romantic things I've ever seen. Both of them, both wearing Adidas from head to toe. It's so cute. That both.
So, why is he going on about that? He's just saying gay. Do we know?
I have no idea. I don't.
So he's obviously insinuating that they're a couple. I mean, I don't know. It's just very childish. It's something that I'd expect my I don't know, my 12-year-old grandson to do. There's just no point to it. Oh, Capone thinks it's funny. All right, darling. I just don't think
them
it's
showed
funny.
up to this place together.
I didn't get a
Go on a
sexuality
ride.
vibe to it.
No.
This is so cute. Look at her. Look at we can see Just Saying sitting down in the window. FFG with her
Can
Adidas sweater.
you?
You can see it right here.
Let's see.
I know. It's
So cute.
ridiculous.
Talking to each other. It's so cute. So lovely. Show us something, FFG. Show us something.
She is
What is
showing you
this?
something. She's showing you out the window. What do you expect her to show you? She's showing the view. That's why Ferris wheels are built in so many cities nowadays, because it's the perfect way to see the view. It's the perfect way.
Oh, I can't enjoy it. I hate heights. I'm like, please don't let me fall, please.
Well, I would never go up in a Ferris wheel for sure, but ever. I think I did once as a teen, and I never got over it. I think I've still got PTSD about it.
It's so nerve-wracking. I'm glad that they could enjoy it.
I hate it. And you know what? My grandkids are like daredevils. When they go to they have to go on the biggest rides ever.
Yeah, because they're still young. They think they're invincible or something. I don't even know what it is, but yeah.
I'm like, right, well, I'm going over there now because I can't watch. I cannot watch my babies up there. Do you know what I mean? Or going on this, and they go on everything. They went to, you probably haven't heard of it, but it's in Europe. It's called Future. What is it? Anyway.
Insert roller coaster name here.
Or something. Any Europeans in here? It's something Futura. I don't know. I'm tired.
Out.
Anyway. Adventure. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And whenever they go, they always go somewhere where there's like a great big roller coaster. And they went to Salou. My daughter took them to Salou a few years ago. And like it's got the biggest, well, at the time, it had like the biggest roller coaster. And I keep saying, why do you keep taking them to those places? And she's like, because they love it, Mum. I'm like, oh. So they don't take me. Is it Ford? Ford Ventura. Yeah. Sometimes you start a conversation, you think, oh my God, why did I start that? I think I've just done that, guys. Anyway, 2 more minutes of this little boy poking fun of somebody's video. I tell you what, she could put this on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram and get a lot of views for it because it's really good. She's got a steady hand. It's a good aerial shot of wherever she is.
Can you imagine if this was Chantel and FFG was reacting to this? FFG would.
It wouldn't be Chantel though. She wouldn't be able to get up there. There, that's that.
Be so mad that she ain't seeing nothing.
Maybe she fell off the seat.
Look at her pointing. Look at the big finger. Look at the big finger right here. She's pointing. Look at to the parking lot. Look at this. Look at this. What are you pointing to? Oh, the bridge? Oh, that's so cute.
Why?
The bridge right there. Oh my goodness. FFG, your vlogs are so amazing. Look right over there. There's a bridge.
Oh my God. I tell you what, we should look at it the way YOMAMA vlogs. That's a good idea. Let's have a look at the way.
Oh my goodness! Are you gonna pull up him at the fair? Oh my God, you so messy.
I am messy today. Right, let's look at the way he vlogs because he's really good at vlogging. Right, hang on.
I should have seen this coming. Who? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew we were coming here.
Right, okay. Don't you start on me. Right, let's just see the way he vlogs. All right. Actually, it wouldn't be a short, would it? Would it be a live? Because his
don't think
vlogs
so.
are awful. He hasn't learned how to step back from the camera. So all you do is get like a picture of, you know, a very close-up shot of his face, and it's not attractive. So, yeah, maybe don't talk about vlogging. Okay, here's one. Here's one.
Songs on the piano
Right,
by learning
hang on.
just 4
I'm only going to
chords.
look at this
These.
for 2 minutes and we're moving on.
On the track a little bit after 3 o'clock.
This
And then
is
we'll do a
great,
little bit of
Rob,
track prep
right?
and get back after it. So let's go get some food. So we have a change for the fastest lap time here in this one. It's going to be the for Wyatt Thurman going to drop it down to a 2:13.4.
Shaky.
Wyatt Dove hang it in there with 2:13.8.
And it's a very unflattering angle. Angel. It's a very unflattering angel.
We're out here about to eat the Tennessee food. Everything's about to go down.
Hang on. Oh, I think he'd got a bit better with this one. Hang on, let's see.
Oh, it's not ready yet?
Like 45 seconds, Ross. I got you.
Oh, yeah, no problem, bro. Take your time. So,
45 minutes.
I think that's the difference in the food. Because that shit needed salt. Shit was dry as fuck. Drier than fucking FFG's ponytail.
See, even when he's vlogging, he has to talk about FFG. Oh dear, YOMAMA. Oh dear. I think we may have a bit of an obsession going on. So we're now going to have a break, and I'll see you back in a couple of minutes. But poor YOMAMA, that's all I can say. Poor YOMAMA. Well, poor YOMAMA. What can we say other than he's obsessed? Sorry, YOMAMA, you're obsessed. Get over it. But now we have time. We have more breaking news. Somebody goes to Iran. Foodie beauty gasps for air as she trots around deserted farm in the desert.
Did she? I didn't even know.
Oh, yes. Morbidly obese YouTuber vlogs her visit to an empty farm nursery in the Middle East. She admitted to being pooped after her visit. People have suggested it may have had something to do with the cameraman.
Okay.
So, how did you not know about this, Edna? Where have you been? You've been on TikTok.
I've been training for work. Long story short, like we've been slammed. So they've offered, like my department usually does something, well, not totally different, but I've trained for another role. So we can get up to 80 hours a week now.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, like they were so like urgency. They put so much urgency on it that they were like, if you complete this training by tomorrow, we'll give you a bonus. So I was getting it done.
Oh, good for you. So is it a promotion for you?
Huh?
Is it a promotion for you?
No, it's just like where there's a need. It's just a different part of like our ordering system, and they need people for that part.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, that's good though. So what do we
But
think
when it comes to
about her?
Foodie, I think people weren't giving her enough credit, because at her size, it takes a lot to get out here and move like this.
Yeah.
She's putting in work. Yeah.
I have to say, she does seem to be putting in work. It doesn't mean that I like her. It just means that I think she is putting in work. And I think, the cynics will say, oh, well, she's only doing it to prove to people that she can. Yeah, maybe that is the case. But, and I'm not supporting her at all. You know how I feel about her. But I do have to say, I mean, she does seem to have been doing a fair amount of walking. I mean, apparently she said that she's been doing she did 2-hour walks. I find that very difficult to believe.
I think she was counting the breaks, but I'll give it to her. She was trying for 2 hours. She had it in her mind that she was working. She was walking for 2 hours.
As I always say, though, she's, in my opinion, she's like the biggest troll, and I think she is, and I think she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows that, I mean, if you just look at the pictures there, she stood next to this massive, great big tomato. Why would she do that? Why would she do that?
That's something people do, though. You take pictures next to
what next to
like
listen, she knows how big she is. She knows she's round. So why would she plant herself next to a big round tomato?
I mean, yes, but it's
Doesn't
still
make sense.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Am I right there, or am I just being bitchy?
No, you're right. You're right on that one for sure.
So that to me is definitely a troll. The fact there that she's leaning over to touch this poor animal that's saying, get the hell away from me, is also a troll. Because she knows, excuse me, she knows what gets the people talking.
Right. You're right.
Then there's this, I don't know if you can see it because it's quite small. There was a wicker basket suspended from the ceiling, I should imagine. She tries to get in it. Come on, girl. I bet the staff members came racing over there and said, no.
Get off
Look, you see it there. It's insane.
Oh, okay. Now I can see it.
Let's see if I've got the close up of that one. Because what I try and do is get rid of them as soon as I screenshot them, because I've just got so much on my computer. No, I haven't. I've got rid of it. But yeah, she tried to wedge herself into that. But it's like Gorlick said, it's almost like she doesn't understand how big she actually is.
Hmm.
And I agree with that, actually. I do agree with what he said there, because you can't, you know,
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, I
I'm
didn't
not
really have
that
a
big.
perception.
I'm not
Yeah.
that big. But then I still would sort of think, oh God, I hope that's gonna help me. I mean, I think any adult would, because you know,
Yeah.
the last thing you want is for that to come, you know, crashing down. She is massive. And look, she can't even get in there. So that again is another troll. That's
Yeah.
exactly what she does. She plays her game well. And
Mm-hmm.
people just have to accept it, you know, and it's all well and good. Some people saying, oh, no, she's trying to do this. No, she's not. No, she's
No,
not.
you're right. Absolutely. Like at her size, like when I was her size, like I wouldn't have played around like that. I mean, maybe taking a picture next to a tomato. Maybe. But I'm not
Why
gonna
would
play
you
around
do
with
that?
furniture
Why
because
would
it's
she
funny.
do that? She does it because she knows that people are going to talk about it. Let's see what people
Yeah.
in the chat are saying. Didn't she learn? Didn't she learn she got sick from a camel twice? Oh, did she?
Oh wow.
What's that? Her BMI is 11. It's 15, but nobody knows it yet. Oh,
It might be
oh.
115. No, let me quit.
She's going to troll herself to the grave. I think so. I actually feel, and it sounds, you know, quite morbid, really, but then she's morbidly obese. But I actually feel that she's given up. I truly believe that. I've heard people say that, and I feel the same way. I honestly believe that she's given up, and she just doesn't care. She couldn't give a monkey's. Yeah, that's the sort of attitude she has. That'll show them, and she doesn't care, you know, and I think it's been proved by the fact that even though supposedly this husband of hers, well, we know what he did, but I'm saying supposedly as regards to whether he is or not, but supposedly she's married to him. Why would she go back? Why would she go back? There was no reason
It's
for
her
her to go
husband,
back.
right?
No, it is no husband.
Well, yeah, but I
I
mean,
don't
in the
believe it
story
is.
and what she's presenting, that's her husband. Kuwait is her home. Of course, she would go back.
No, I don't believe that. Listen, if you have you seen them together? Have you seen them together?
Lately, no.
No, I mean ever. Have you ever seen them together and thought and seen any kind of intimacy? And I don't mean, you know, we expect to see them banging away. Intimacy is when you know, you sort of, you may be sat down next to somebody and you're holding their hand, you know, it can be that. Or it can be she's putting her hand on his
But
knee.
listen,
Or
Jan, look, I mean, we're talking about Foodie and Salah here. These are some
exactly.
interesting characters.
Exactly.
So their intimacy is going to look different than what we would typically expect.
No. We're going to
I
disagree
think the
on this.
little cheek pinches and stuff.
We're going to disagree on this. I mean, we've been doing this for about 8 months or so now, and I've always said, I'm not going to talk about her. But I think it kind of works quite well with Drama Friday, because we just do like the latest news and the latest troll that she's up to. Okay. Okay, so I am going to talk on her. If she does anything, then she'll be in the news alerts. Okay. Sala is a paid actor. Newcomer paid actor. He did without her. They never kissed once. Yeah, we've never seen them kiss. And the thing is, it's not even about watching them kiss. It's not even that. Okay, it's the fact that there's just no chemistry. You can tell if people like each other just, you know, just by the way they look at each other. And there is none of that. When you look at them together, there is none of that.
Well, yeah, but I think that's the part that she doesn't get that's going on. Like she's thinking, I presenting a man, he's touching me, he's near me, he's X, Y, and Z. So you should believe that we're married and that, whatever. It's like with her with the hijab. She's like, I've taken the shahada, I'm wearing a hijab, like you should believe that I'm a Muslim. And it's like, girl, you don't behave as if a Muslim. Like you can tell because it's not there's a way that you can kind of like see it on someone, right? And we can see on their relationship that it's not like it's not a marriage, but she doesn't get that it's not there, that quality that's like that authenticity, the genuineness to it isn't there. But she doesn't know. That's part of the interestingness of it for me. Is that she's so mad. She gets so frustrated. But it's like, we're sorry, but you got to do better then.
And I think also, I mean, if we go back to when they were supposedly, newlyweds, there was no sign of that. There was no sort of, giggling together or, it's hard to sort of put everything into words, but we're not stupid.
Because they would like have these, what was it, Jim Carrey jokes that they would, I think that was their way of, maybe that was their newlywed giggles. I don't know. They would have like their little inside jokes and things.
Yeah, Stanley, I think I acknowledge what you say there, and I'm of a similar mind. I'm not going to run it along the screen here, but yeah, I'm of a similar mind there, definitely. And that's what I say about her giving up. She's totally given up. In my opinion, she lost the love of her life, and that was Nada. And I think that because of the way she lost him, and also because of the way she lost him, which was so public and, quite cruel, really, although it was comical to us. I mean, I'll never forget. I don't like the man. I wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire. But when he dressed up in her clothes that time, I was seeing myself. It was hilarious. But if you look at it from her point of view, she must have some feelings in there. And I think, there's certain people that don't remember what it was actually like then and how she gave up everything for that man. Even her own grandmother on her dying bed, Foodie just popped in there quickly, took a picture, which was disgusting, of that poor woman on her dying bed, just to prove to all her haters, look, yeah, see, I am with my man, I am. But then she drove over to Nada. So
yeah, it was wild. I mean, I wasn't there at the time, but just looking back on it,
and I think that's, oh, okay. So you think BB was the love of her life, do you? See, now I didn't know her then. I don't know her now, thank God. But I didn't watch anything. I didn't know very much about that situation. But I understood that took a long time to end, did it? And she was off cheating and everything. No, I don't believe.
I think it was like an extra year or so past, like when it really broke up, that she was still around. Yeah.
I mean, the only clips I've ever seen of him is he's just so forlorn. It's like, get me the hell out of here. Get me out of this relationship. How the hell am I going to get out of this relationship? They're the vibes I get from him.
Well, he would be playing his game or the TV or something while she's filming. You could just tell that there was friction going on.
Yeah. So do you think they were arguing, or do you think she was just sort of forcing him to stay? What do you think the situation was?
Well, my understanding is that she didn't leave. Like, she was living with him, but I don't know for sure.
So it was his home. It was his house, was it?
I believe so. But I
Okay.
don't know, because, things have changed over the years with Foodie, right? Like, she went from having a job and making all this money on YouTube, or she went from having a job to then transitioning to, where she was making more and more on YouTube. So now she's a full-time YouTuber, but I don't really know, but apparently she doesn't have like good credit, and she can't get a place of her own, because that's how she ended up living with Pete. It's because he was able to get the apartment.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, I don't know whether it's the same in Canada, but it's very difficult for people who haven't got a good history, haven't got a good work history, to be seen as financially viable. And I think that's
Yeah.
quite possibly what's happened with her. And I don't know, whether she's been in debt or whatever, but purely the fact that she's never withheld or sustained a proper job over the years. And bear in mind, she's nearly 40 now. That is not going to look good for her. She can't go to any banks or building societies and get a loan, because she doesn't have that money. And even though
Yeah.
she may have earned, a reasonable amount on YouTube, it's still a bit hit and miss, because
Mhm.
you imagine going to a bank and, I mean, okay, maybe if you went into a bank and said, "Look, I've got 1 million followers on Instagram, I've got 1 million on YouTube, I've got 300 on, 3 million on TikTok," then maybe they would listen to you. But
Mhm.
somebody like Foodie, they're not gonna listen to. Because one,
No.
they're gonna ask, "Well, what have you been doing with your money?" Because they can ask all those sort of questions.
Well, she
So
hasn't filed any tax returns, Jan. She's not going to be able to get a loan on that alone. She doesn't have the paperwork.
exactly,
Yeah. But the
exactly.
thing is, she can turn this around in what, 2-3 years, and position herself to where she would be right where she needs to be if she would get on it. I mean, her health,
She
if
could.
she puts in the work, she can lose this weight in 2-3 years, right? She can, if she got a job and showed work history, you only need about 2 or 3 years to be able to qualify for a loan, and they'll take you from there. At least from what I've learned thus far. So, when was it Stanley that said, she's just giving up? It like, I really hope that's not the case. Like, I would like to think that she just maybe isn't as aware of how dire her straits could be, like with her health and yeah. Well, honestly, the situation she put her in, being picking a stranger off the internet to go halfway across the world to live.
Exactly.
I couldn't believe that she made it out the desert.
I
So
know. It's just insane.
it
And
is.
I do have to agree with you there, Capone. Yeah, he was toxic and abusive, and she stalked him. She did. And it's funny how these people that are sort of, speaking in favor of her and, oh, she's not done anything wrong. No, she actually filmed herself uh, driving to go and get the CPAP, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I saw a clip of it a while ago. And yeah, she stalked that man. Why would you stalk somebody like that? And then she tried to, I mean, because she's such a liar, we don't actually know whether, whether abuse actually happened in that relationship. We don't know, guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's really what's sad, because you
It
have
is
people who
sad.
are really in situations, and it just what's the word? It cheapens their stories, or it takes away
Yeah,
from their credibility, and that shouldn't be the case. But it's
exactly.
sad.
And that's one of the reasons, well, there's so many reasons why people despise this woman. And, you know, you get the likes of somebody that we were talking about a little while ago who try and throw the dirt, you know, at somebody else. Okay. We know what we're talking about. But nothing compares to the way Foodie has acted in the last, what, couple of years. The way she's acted is disgusting. And as I've said before, she's insulted just about every faction of society. And, you know, I believe that what she's doing now is cosplay. I truly believe that. And for a couple of reasons. And one of them is to show how to hide how enormous she actually is, and also how she's got a bald head. Can anyone remember how long it was that she was bald for before she went to Saudi? Oh, it wasn't Saudi.
Wait.
Kuwait. Does anyone remember? It wasn't that long before, was it? So, you know,
I think it was pretty. Oh, she started wearing wigs and for a
oh
minute
yeah,
before she went to the hijab. Yeah.
yeah. And then, I mean, and her behavior then was just awful. I couldn't
Uh-huh.
watch her. I couldn't watch her. Not that I do anyway, but even, you know, watching the actors who play her, I really struggled with. And I just think she's vile. And, you know, I have no wish for her. My only, I was going to say, just stay there, you know, just stay over there, be miserable. But, you know, if you look at it from a humanitarian point of view, this woman's got no home. She's got no home. She's got no love. You know, her family don't want her.
That's not true, Jen. She just went back to Canada and stayed with her family.
She stayed in the car most of the time.
That's
She
on
stayed with her
camera, but I don't
family.
think she was. I think she was at her mom's house.
Okay. All right. Well, we don't want to talk too much about it anyway, because she just winds me up. You can hang on. What Chantel says, you can love someone and still cheat. Well, that's a load of crap.
No. Yeah,
That
I don't
is
cheat.
do you know what I think? I think that she's never really been in love. That's what I think. I think she's always used. What was her situation when she was with BB? Was she earning off of YouTube then? Or was she already in a relationship with him when she first came on YouTube?
That's a good question. Do we know?
I don't think a person would even look at someone else when they're truly in love. Exactly, Stanley. Unless they're males. Males seem to be able to do it. But I know
I don't give them a pass either. Listen,
Sorry?
let my person think about somebody else. I'm going to say, okay, you go enjoy it. But don't you dare come back to me. I'm done.
Yeah, as Capone says, I don't think she wants to lose weight. I don't think she does either, and that's why I say she's given up. She knows
I
that
think
to lose that amount of weight is gonna be so hard.
I think she's not ready to she's not really ready to work on her food addiction, because she is an addict. She can't give up the food. And that's the issue that she's really fighting right now, that she has to realize, like, what is she trying, like, what emotions is she running away from, she's not dealing with, or what have you, that she's stemming herself, or she's satisfying some need with the food. Because, like, if she can take care of that to where she can get her diet in check, she'll be okay. She could, but it's hard to sit up there and watch her with like a family size pot pie and all those different things.
Oh my God, I know.
Because you know that she's hurting herself so much. And I've seen people, someone close to me die like that. So it is tough. Like, you know, it's getting to the point where it's like I don't want to see
Well,
it.
I would definitely say that she's got mental health issues, but
Yeah.
you know, she's a grown woman, so who it seems doesn't listen to her family. So it's
But
down to
she
her,
got
isn't
it.
it?
It's
It's down to
it's the
her.
addiction though, isn't it? It's the disease.
What the eating?
Yes.
Mm. So Stanley says how anyone could develop any kinds of feelings for someone like Nada is beyond me. Exactly. Instant distrust for me. It's bizarre. Scum is an understatement. He's just awful, isn't he? But do you remember how dizzy she was and how giddy she got? Like, you know, when they went to the park that time, I think. And you know, just any time she was around him. That's why I think, you know, if Foodie is capable of love, I think that was the closest that she ever got to love. I really
But
do.
the fact that she just picked up, was it like a random bud or, you know, just whatever paraphernalia that like lay around drug that was on the floor and she used it? That was crazy.
I
You like
know.
in a trap house? Could you imagine, Jen?
I
That
know.
is cuckoo. So it doesn't surprise me if like she's acting like that she would be attracted to somebody like Natter.
Well, I think it, you know, it comes down to desperation. And, you know, I don't think we're being mean about saying that. We're giving our opinions on it. And I think we're all familiar with her story and what's happened, you know, in the past and how it's just, she's just literally lolloped from one disaster to another. And there's got to be a reason for that. And, you know, why pick the Middle East? Because it's as far away from the family that don't care about her. If she had a loving family, I believe she wouldn't be in Kuwait. Why did she rush back there? In my opinion, she rushed back there because she didn't want to. Does she love him? I don't think she does, because when you see her gazing up at him, when he's pinching her cheek, it's not love in her eyes. It's not love. It's that stupid sort of juvenile grin she puts on. It's not love.
You know, I will say, like, clearly she doesn't have like a strong enough relationship with her family to avoid getting caught up in something like this with Salah. You're right. Yeah. I mean, but they also love her enough to not let her be homeless, you know.
Well, if you say that, darling, but I don't think she stayed there. People said that she stayed with an uncle or something, or Aunt
Okay.
Phyllis. Anyway, so Stanley says, I appreciate Jan's compassion and agree with it from a humanitarian standpoint, but she has so many resources to get her life together in Canada. Endless. She is not taking the initiative seeking help. Exactly. And why is that? Is it because she doesn't care? I think it's because she doesn't care. Or it could just be that she's just too lazy. Can you imagine trying to lose that much weight? Seriously.
Jen, I'm trying. What are you talking about? Can I imagine? I am her.
Are you
I'm
as big
only
as Foodie?
No, but I've lost like 150 pounds, but I'm still I'm still fat. Like,
Wow. Yeah, but that's amazing now, Edna. You
yeah,
lost it.
that's what
You
I'm
lost
saying. Like,
it. That's amazing. Well
no, because
done.
I still have weight to lose. I'm
When
just
I
like
say that she's not gonna lose it, I mean because she doesn't have the drive to lose it. Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? Because
But
she
I mean,
gets
but she
paid
says that
to
she
eat.
does. And people could like, I don't know, because people, you know, they would never say, "Oh, you're not going to do it." They would encourage me, and it was like, "Yeah, I think you're making good choices. You got this." Like that's what I heard. So that's what help sustain me, right? And I think part of Foodie's problem is that she has this whole community telling her that she's not going to do it. So when you hear all that negative feedback, you know, it's like I can't. It's hard to fault her when no one's telling her that she can do it. It's like, Foodie, you can do it. Just not so much cheese, girl. You know, not the family portion. Just get maybe 2 portions of the regular size. Like, it just takes baby steps toward like progress.
But she doesn't listen to anybody.
Yeah, that's the
That's the
issue.
thing. She's got that, you know, that obstinate thing, where she,
Mhm.
you know, she just doesn't care. So Stanley says, if someone's so careless with themselves to give their heart time for someone like Nada, even in a moment of weakness, I don't even want to know how they live their life and think of others. Yeah, I'm a bit like you, and I'm not a cold person. I will always try and see things from a humanitarian point of view. And, you know, I don't give up on people very easily. I mean, it's like yesterday, there was a guy outside the shop and, you know, he was homeless and, I mean, he did have a drink. He had a hot drink with him. And as I walked in, I just said, "Are you all right?" And he looked at me, he said, "Yeah, I'm all right." And I said, "Right, what can I get you? Can I get you anything in there?" He said, "You know what? Someone's just bought me some stuff, so I'm okay." You know, and
Mhm.
you know, I'm not one of these people that would look at him and think, "Oh, well, he's obviously a druggie or he's an alcoholic, so, you know, he deserves to be like that." No, I'm not one
But
of
the
those
thing is,
people.
maybe they are, but that doesn't mean that they don't, because that's what they use to cope, right? The alcohol. And because it's easily available, it does the job, and there are a lot of functioning alcoholics. Like, I didn't
Oh,
realize it at the
yeah.
time, but looking back, like one of my, like there's like lots of women, they drink all this wine, right? And if nobody kind of bats an eye of it because it's socially
Yeah.
acceptable, and they
Mm.
have a home in X, Y, and Z. But you know, I feel for people because I don't know, it's tough.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really like to talk about addictions, because I don't have the right mindset to think about it, and I think it's because I've sort of, seen it in, you know, people that has affected, their family, so I don't think that's why I don't really talk about it a great deal. It's like when you say, "Oh, she's addicted to food." Well, is she addicted to eating such huge amounts? I
I
mean,
think so.
how is she not able to just reduce the portions? That's the first thing.
That's
Just
the thing,
reduce the
because
portions.
that's the addiction. I'm not an addiction specialist or anything, but it's like she stopped taking Ozempic because she wasn't able to eat like she was used to.
Oh, right. She liked the feeling of being full.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, I've heard some people say. You know, if they're,
Yeah.
you know, people that overeat like that feeling. Um So yeah. Anyway, right, guys, we've been on for an hour and a half, and we've
Oh,
spoken much
wow.
too long on this one. But there was something I just wanted to share with you. I thought it would be nice if we did a catch up on Katie. So hang on, I'm trying to get rid of us for a minute so that we can see. Yeah, I thought we could do a catch up with Katie because I just love this woman. So we're just going to play this before we go out now. This is her on her in her Katie's arms. Um, right, so I have to line it up to begin with. What number are we? 336. I just think it's nice to show different people. Right,
Mhm.
right, okay, let's do this. Let's get her up. Right, she's not where I wanted her to be. I wanted her to be there. Okay, There she is. So this is Katie. Let's see what she's up to.
So you're not on your own with that, and that's why we're here. And then there's just one thing I would like to just say, if I may. Let's have a little drink. Let's have a drink. I haven't even got my chicken fillets in. You can tell it's a Thursday. I'm just so casual. Not a chicken fillet in sight. If you're a newbie, catch up later.
Now, this is what I like about her. She is so open and so brazen. This is more like me. I'm a bit sort of calmed down when I'm sort of on live streams and that. But yeah, she is so much like me. I have to admit, she just makes me scream. I love it. Right. So we're only going to watch 3 minutes of it, but she's going to talk about how other people perceive her and the reasons for it.
The other thing I want to say is to those who may have shared in some of the outrage this last week about me at my last Katie's Arms. So, and I say this often, don't I? People say, oh, she's drunk. Hopkins has had one too many. I say, oh, she's already been on the wines. And that, as people here who are regulars know, isn't the case at all. That's actually what a lot of men say, and spiteful women, who want to have a reason to excuse you or dismiss you, or to ignore what you're saying, or to try and put out that you're somehow not in charge of yourself, that I don't know what I'm doing, that I'm somehow incapable because I've been made incapacitated by one sip of wine. So I just wanted to say very clearly to those people, not you, good people, I'm not drunk at all, and I don't need you to excuse me. And I know exactly what I'm saying.
Right, now, this is what I say to people who, like, when I've done my lives and they're like, oh, Jan's drunk, she's always drunk. No, I'm not. And I did say about this the other week, that I heard her say something like this, and this is me, guys. This is so me.
And I mean what I say. And I might be saying it for the fun. I might be saying it because I think it's funny. But don't expect to come here tonight, sent by your editors from the Metro, the Evening Standard, the Mirror, the Express, the Star, and expect an apology. Because if you think you're getting an apology out of me, you can fuck right off. I mean what I say what I mean. And most of the stuff I say here at the Katie's Arms is for people to laugh at me or laugh with me. And if you're not laughing, or you find what I've said, you're so offended. Oh my God, I'm offended. Like I say to everybody, politely, offer tea piss. So, you know, you can say it more rudely, like fuck off. But I don't mean that. I just mean offer tea piss. Go and watch a lady show you how to put on contours, or do eyeshadow for hooded eyes, or see some 20-year-old showing you why her leggings are great.
Katie is standing on business. She was calling out names.
She is so good, and that's why I want to share her with you, because she really speaks for a lot of people. But what I like is she has men in there as well, and they adore her as well, and they take the piss, and you know, but if anyone says something to her, she's always got a good answer back. And she'll always have a good laugh about it. And this is what I love about Katie. You know, I just spoke on her the other week about when she had the brain surgery, and so many thousands of people wished her to die on the operating table. That's how evil people are to her. So I
that is crazy.
Oh, it's awful what they've done.
Well, she has great arms.
Yeah, she's got a great bod, actually. She's nearly 50. So but she speaks for so many people, and she definitely speaks for me. This is exactly how I feel when people say, oh, you know, Jan's mad, or Jan's this, or Jan's drunk, or da. No, I'm not.
Well, we all know I'm a little relaxed. So
well, we know you're relaxed. Yeah, all right, you can have a snooze in a minute. Let's just finish this bit.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. All I'm saying is just offer tea piss from here. Because you don't pay me to entertain you. I'm not here to entertain you, because if you don't find me funny, or you don't find enjoyment at being part of this, fuck off. Thank you. No, I don't apologize. Yes, I do think it's funny. And my joke that went kind of crazy about, I've got to let you go this week because at 8:30, There's a documentary on called Life After Derek.
Right, now what's happened is I mean, you shouldn't laugh at it, but there's this woman called Kate Garraway who is pretentious and not really very well liked, but you know, the TV producers try and make her you know, be the country's sweetheart, you know, the nation's sweetheart, and she's just a stuck-up twat. So Katie takes a mickey out of her. So anyway, as far as I know, anyway, what happened was, Kate Garraway, her husband got COVID. He was one of the first to get it, and he got it really, really
Oh.
badly and nearly died. So Kate Garraway, I'll call her Garraway, has written a book about it. She's spoken about it on the TV all the time and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, shouldn't laugh, but he died the other week. And so Katie was like, in her Katie's arms, she takes the mickey out of it and she says, oh, you know, next week, and this is what she's talking about the documentary, okay? But the newspapers all went for her. They all went for her because they haven't got a sense of humour.
This. Fuck off. Thank you. No, I don't apologise. Yes, I do think it's funny. And my joke that went kind of crazy about, I've got to let you go this week because at 8:30 there's a documentary on called Life After Derek. And then I said there was also a book accompanying it that you could pick up wherever you were getting your booster. It went everywhere. People thought it was literal.
Derek
so they thought there was actually a documentary.
Derek was Garraway's husband.
Okay.
You're not
So did
getting
he?
it. You're not
No,
getting
I'm
it.
not. Did he?
Okay.
Did he die or something? I don't get the title.
Yeah, he did. But
okay.
But Katie has always spoken about it and always said how hang on, I'll see if I can find it. Hang on. Right.
I guess people didn't find the humor in it. I mean, it's a little dark. I get it. I
This
like
one.
it.
Poor taste.
Yeah.
I should be ashamed. Okay, let's watch this.
8:30 tonight. There's a documentary.
You gotta laugh and keep from crying sometimes. I get it.
There's a documentary on the TV that you all need to watch. Yeah, it's a Kate Garraway documentary. So it's important that I finish on time for you tonight. And it's Kate Garraway, Life After Derek. Yeah. There's also a book she's releasing to go with the documentary Life After Derek. He's only been dead a week. I tell you, this is where I get such a bollocking. So people go, wow. Wait. Tomorrow in the comment, if I repost this or whatever I'm supposed to do with these things, people will be like, that is a line. That crosses the line. 8:30 tonight.
I must just tell you, I want to find the one where she's talking about the line because that is so
8:30 tonight.
clever. Hang on one
there's
second.
a documentary on.
I don't know if you find it amusing, but she just kills me. Hang on, where is
I can imagine. I just don't know the characters, so it's kind of hard to get into it. But
it's just the situation
I don't know, it sounds like
that
she's
everyone thinks that she's so wonderful. This woman. Hang on, how long? Right, okay. Let's see if she does the line.
Shouldn't you be grieving?
8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock. Hello, and welcome to the Katie's Arms. Here with me, Katie Hopkins. I do hope you're all well. I was just having a small fanny about because I felt like my jeans were really high up my crotch. So excuse me while I just
hang on. I want to see if this is the one where she does about. Oh, there it is. I think she's doing the line. Okay. I love this.
Word is it? Can I just? Yes, thank you. Yes, I know. Right. This is my rah belt. I know. It's so posh. It's literally the poshest thing. I know. It makes me look like a right rah-rah. Also, other point, very important. These, check this out. Do you remember? So a few weeks back, we lost the chicken fillets. Do you recall? And turns out my bloody mother, in fact, mother, if you're watching this, off you go. So I lost my chicken fillets, right? Do we want to see the chicken fillets?
Oh, this is it.
We do, don't we?
She's gonna pull them out.
I
Oh my
lost my
goodness.
chicken fillets. I found them. Yeah. Can we get a big Katie's arms?
Yes,
I should be
Capone.
ashamed.
This is what I like about her. She's so honest.
Mm-hmm.
So honest. Right. This is the bit where, and then we'll go. Right. I just want to show you the bit when she's talking.
She's rocking that hot pink. I think that's going to be the new color.
I tell you
are you
what,
a hot pink person?
But I tell you what, it's hard. I mean, it sounds like I'm fangirling her. I'm not really, but I have a lot of admiration for her. You know, she had a brain op, you know, because she had really bad epilepsy where she kept having seizures and breaking her limbs when she had seizures. So she had this brain op, and she's only got half of her head, like at the
Really?
back. She hasn't got her skull, but yeah. Anyway,
I think that's like it's the frontal lobe that's like your personality and everything. I think that's the important part. I mean, I'm sure all your brain is important. So I'm just doing amazing. But yeah.
So Stanley, you know Katie, do you? Are you British, Stanley? Right, okay.
Should be ashamed.
Right.
Just so we're really clear, I'm not ashamed at all. And just so we're also clear, it doesn't cross a line. It might cross your line. Like you might be there like, I need a ruler to do this. Hold on. Okay,
I just think she's wonderful.
Here, this is you with your lines. Here, look, I found this ruler. For all the people that tell me, you know, I'm crossing a line. Hold on, why can't I open this ruler? Yeah, exactly. Whose line? Who drew the line? Exactly my point. This is you telling me that I've crossed your line. You just draw your line, right, don't you? Here's your line, here. So now I've crossed your line, haven't I? Let me tell you what I think about your line. A, it's your line. You can draw it wherever you like. You can draw it here, here, here. You can draw it here if you want. Look. Woo! See, that's your line. Look at me. Woo! That's your line. And I'm crossing it with my labia. Because I don't give a single shit about your line. I don't give a single shit if you tell me I should be ashamed. I don't give a single shit if you tell me I've gone too far. And you're with me right up till now, but now I've gone too far. I don't give a shit because I'm not trying to bring you with me. I'm not trying to stay under your line. I'm not fearful about what you think or whether I've crossed your line or whether you're ashamed because I don't owe you fuck all. I've not asked you for anything. I've never tried to sell you anything. I've never required anything from you, and I've never tried to give you or make you think anything. So you can take your line and you can shove it up your tight arse sideways. Okay. So just so we're clear, for the people that want to add those comments tomorrow, just so we've covered that off, I welcome you here to agree, to disagree, to like what I say, to not like what I say, to be whatever you want to be. You could think this was the most boring thing you've ever watched, but then the question from us is, what the fuck are you doing here? Fuckity off. Offity piss. Do something else. This is our pub. You're welcome in. You're welcome to leave when you want. You're welcome to do what you want, but don't tell us and don't tell me that I've crossed the line because I'm drawing the lines because this is my pub and I don't really have one because I'm too old to give a shit. Good. Just thought we'd carry that off. Anyway, yeah, so documentary coming up.
She's funny.
That's Katie. And I yeah. And, you know, I hate to sort of keep on and on and on about it, but she's had such a bad time and she's a fighter and, you know, and now she's thriving. You know, she gets, but in her lives on Insta, which this comes from, she gets about 1,500 people in there. And yeah, you do get the odd person that comes in just to slag her off, and she'll just say, "Oh, so you must be a newbie then." Okay. And then everyone supports her, and yeah, I just think she's great. So I'd love it if you if you'd watch her, I suppose, because I think she deserves it. I think yeah, some people just deserve a break, and she's not had very many of those. She's fought really hard to get where she is, and to finally have a voice, because the great British public and the government, and it's insane how they took everything away from her. So yeah, so I think every so often I'm going to have a catch up with Katie. For now, I'm just going to have a quick look at the comments, and then we're going to go. No madness, James. Half a head, yes, she has. If you want to read up about her, please do, but you have to be aware that a lot of the media out there are very against Katie Hopkins, because she's she speaks her mind and they don't like it. So yeah, she's had a really bad operation. And guess who made her cry in a live stream like this? Oh God, I felt so bad.
Who made her
I was
cry?
in there and sending her love and everything. And I said to her, Katie, I said, you are such an inspiration. I remember seeing you with that huge scar on your head, because they showed pictures of the scar on her head. And I just think, you're absolutely wonderful. And she read my comment and then got all choked up and said, oh God, don't, I can't. And I always remember when she was in Big Brother, she always used to say, don't be kind to me, because if people are kind to me, it makes me cry. And I think what it was, because I'd said that, it sort of tipped her over a bit, and she started crying, and I felt so bad. I felt
That's so sweet, Jan.
so bad. But yeah. Whose line is it anyway? Yeah, we used to have a program called that. Yeah, I do, Stanley. I do give credit where it's due. That's just being honest. I do. If I think I don't suffer fools gladly. But if I'd much rather give praise than, the opposite. Good evening, Terran. Welcome. I hope you're well. Okay, I'm not British, but I like a wide variety of YouTubers from different countries. Give Shannon Curry's interviews a view, Jan. I think you'd like her if you like Katie. Okay, Shannon. Oh, can't say it. Shannon Curry. All right. Right. Okay. Okay then, guys. Well, I think we're going to leave it at that. I want to say thank you to Edna. Edna's back.
Thank you. Bye.
Contrary to what people believe, I haven't bribed her or done anything to make her come on. Edna enjoys being on here.
I wanted to make a joke like, oh, since she twisted my arm, here I am. But
don't say that. I'll be hauled over the coals.
I had a doctor's appointment today. I needed the de-stressors, though. Thank you for having me.
Oh, good. Oh,
it went well. Yeah. But it's just like you have to decompress from different things. So it was nice to hang out with everyone. So thank you for having me.
That's okay. And I think, ending on Katie here, I think is good, because it sort of shows you the type of person I am as well. So when I say, I don't give a toss about things, I do mean that. And I like to laugh, because what's the opposite of laughing? What's the opposite of happiness? I'd rather laugh any day. So I want to wish you all a thanks again, Edna, and I want to wish you all a lovely, warm weekend. Keep warm, guys, and you take care of yourselves, and hopefully see you back on Wednesday. Oh, I've got a video I'm hoping to get out on Monday for those
Okay.
of you that want fancy that. And
Gonna give us a sneak peek, a hint of what it's about.
yeah, it's the old Peter Moore.
Oh,
I'm having fun with him again.
nice.
So yeah, it's a Don Mon review. So I've got it all done. I just need to do a couple of other bits on it. And yeah, so that's going to be out on Monday, and hopefully we'll have Edna back on Wednesday. It's up to her. You know, if she doesn't want to come, then that's up to
You listen, the only thing that would keep me would be work if I go over something, but I'm really trying to work on balance. You know, the hours are tempting, but also I have to be healthy. So, you know, I'm gonna make time to do things like this. So no
Yeah.
worries. I should be here.
And I need to sort of address something quickly while it's in my mind. I didn't realise that, you know, you struggled with your weight as well. So I want to apologise profusely if I upset you. I
No,
really
not at
didn't
all.
mean to. And when I'm talking about obesity, I'm talking about foodie. I wasn't talking about other obese people or people that have struggled or still struggle with their weight. So I really don't want to have upset you, Edna. That's the last thing I would want to do.
No, you know what? Honestly, I was one of those people that like I knew I was big, but I never felt like as big as I actually was. Like I feel bigger now than I was then because like I get treated differently now. So I don't know. It's a whole thing that we need to go into. But
Maybe
I
we
don't
can.
have any like issues about my weight or anything other than wanting to be healthy at a healthy weight.
Yeah, and that's good, and that's something that foodie doesn't have. So I applaud you, and yeah, I admire you for doing that, because I don't know what I'd do if I, you know, was in that situation. I don't know whether I'd be strong enough to change my habits. So maybe if you're around on Wednesday, maybe we can talk about, you know, weight issues.
Sure.
Because, you know, obviously I've had 4 babies, so my weight's fluctuated quite a lot over the years. So I mean, maybe we can talk about that on Wednesday. You know, that can be one of the subjects.
All right.
Anyway, I'm gonna go. Edna's kept me on for nearly 2 hours again, guys. She does it every time. So you take care of yourselves out there, because it's a rotten old world. Bye bye for now.